processes and execution layers in Jira fall into one of two buckets. The first one is hyper-specific processes to achieve a very specific thing. For example, content creation or end-user customer support or end-user IT support, HR support. And then there's your kind of baseline project management spaces and executions in Jira. And this is the one I want to talk about because this needs to be standard across the entire company. And every company has different departments, different teams that can absolutely use the same exact sort of execution layer, right? The thing that we want to implement to achieve our goals, but still inside of Jira to make sure that we are actually achieving the goals that we are setting out to achieve. So to build the execution layer of having a very simple, streamlined project management process in Jira, it's actually a lot more straightforward than you may think. So let's go ahead and build one, and I'll show you how to propagate this to every single team inside of your organization. So the first thing we're gonna do is just create a brand new space. And I'm gonna scroll all the way down, skip every single template, click on the product of Jira, and I'm gonna click a blank space. This is gonna be your typical project management business style space, very similar to Asana, Monday, ClickUp, etc. I'm gonna call this one, let's call this one executive just for fun. Maybe we have an executive space. Executive, we're gonna make sure to set this to company managed, never use team managed. By far, the easiest way to give yourself a headache in the future is to use a team managed space. So there we go, we'll go ahead and create this, and once this board spins up, the first thing we're gonna do is actually address the workflow that we're using. And we're gonna wanna make sure that we're gonna create a workflow that can be used across every single department in our organization. So we have our executive here, and we're going to go to our space settings. This should have generated a brand new workflow for us, and we're just gonna go ahead and modify the existing one. I'll show you exactly how to use this as a template moving forward for every future space that you create to keep things super easy, super simple, and standardized everywhere for the foreseeable future. So the thing we're gonna need to edit here is the actual workflow that's been created. We'll rename it in just a moment, but for now, let's go ahead and just make sure we have the right statuses inside. So first thing we have is to do. The first thing I would recommend is make sure you're using company-wide terminology for the statuses that you're going to be moving forward with. And what do I mean by that? So for example, to do is a pretty common status that means something similar to backlog, ice blocks, to do later, to be completed later, things of that nature. And the problem a lot of companies, a lot of clients that we work with run into is that one team might have backlog, one team might have to do, another team might have icebox, another team might have future development, and they all mean the same thing. And then you end up with more statuses than you actually need, and you end up with complexity that is unneeded. Because if, for example, someone goes from one team to another, jumps into their space, tries to figure out what's going on there, they're gonna have to relearn all that new terminology. Same thing for all of your in progress type of statuses. You could have in development, in progress, currently working on it. Even with done, you could have completed, you could have done, you could have canceled. There's so many different things that you could canceled with 2 L's, canceled with 1 L. Make sure you standardize across your entire company the terminology and verbiage you want to use, and then use that moving forward for everything. Because when you jump into one space and everything is the same, it's going to be so much easier to adopt, to onboard, and to grow and scale that Jira implementation. So in this case, I'm going to keep to do. I think that's fine. I kind of like to do, kind of like in progress as well, and I kind of like done as well. So let's see what else we want to add here, because this is a little bit too simple for me. And as always, we want to make sure that we do not overcomplicate this. We keep this as frictionless and simple as possible and keep this as a very clean baseline for every future department. So what I like to add in here is a to-do, and then I like to add one in that's ready for development, because sometimes you just need a little bit more of a backloggy style column, whereas the ready for development things are, especially when you have a little bit more people involved in a team or company, you could start pulling things into ready for dev, and then the rest of the team that immediately signals to them the new future things to actually work on. So I'll click on add status, and we'll search for something along the lines of ready for development. Don't think we have that. So I'll type in ready for dev, just to keep it nice and short. I don't like to make these long because it actually consolidates and cuts off part of it. So this is going to be nice for what I need. I'm going to leave this category of to do because it's not something that's currently being worked on, but will be worked on in the near future. So ready for development, and I'm going to use my all to all status transitions here. In order to do that, We'll go ahead and edit this, and then we'll make sure to, okay, our status transitions are gone. We're going to go in and add a transition. I think there's alt. There we go. They changed the UI. They always do some kind of changes. So from any status to itself. Nope. Okay. They changed where this is. Where did it go? Incoming, outgoing. Let's add one. Any status, create. There we go. Any. And then we're going to need to make sure all the other ones say the exact same thing. And you'll notice that this one actually doesn't have a little lightning bolt icon. What does that actually mean? Well, that just means there's some kind of an action or some kind of a condition or some kind of a validator, some rule that exists on that transition. If I click on any of these, you'll see that there's one in here. And all it does is updates the resolution to done, or it automatically clears the resolution field. So we're gonna want to make sure to replicate that functionality. And the reason this exists is that there's a field called resolution kind of on the back end of Jira, which is kind of secondary to your statuses. You have a resolution of either done or not done. And it's used for some backend stuff or some filtering or JQLs. It's not one that is as relevant as it used to be. Resolution used to be a very, very big deal in Jira. And if you weren't setting it, it's like the end of the world. It's not really anymore, but it is best practice and best hygiene to just keep things in resolution set when they need to be set and unset when they don't need to be set. So really the idea here is that we're going to want to set the same exact action for this status. So we're going to go in, we're going to perform an action, we're going to update a field, and then we're going to find the resolution field, resolution, and then we're going to clear this field. So check that, click add, and now we have the same exact action being performed on this status. So we have to do, we have ready for development, we have in progress. There's one more that I actually like to include, and that is going to be in review. I like in review because, again, if you're working with a slightly larger team and you want a team member to review something, or you're pretty close to completion, but you want to kind of check with the team first, tie up a few loose ends, having an in review status is great. And this is kind of the extent of what I like to do with my workflows. So let's see if we have one called in review. We do not, so we'll create it in review. Make sure that it's in progress because this is something that is actively in progress. And then we could also allow status transitions from this screen, which does make it a little bit easier. You used to have a little toggle right on here that lets you do it a lot easier. They've since changed that, unfortunately, so it's a little bit more time consuming, but it's still not too difficult. And we're going to add the same exact action that we've added in with the last one, resolution, and we're going to want to make sure to clear it. Now, the only thing to keep in mind is the only time you want to set a resolution is when you have a green status. In that case, it's not actually clearing it, it's actually updating it to done. And you can select whatever resolution you want, but as long as it's set, you should be okay. So this is really the extent of the workflow that I would recommend using, and I recommend for all of my clients, and literally the one that we use internally at Grid.io. We have probably 7 or 8 total spaces that use this exact workflow. It's the same workflow is standardized across all spaces. So if we change anything in any one of them, it'll change on all the spaces automatically. So if we add a new status, remove a status, change the name, change the transition, it's automatically going to update all of the spaces at the same time. And again, I'll show you how to do that and how to create that standardization in just a second. Okay, so our setup is done. We're going to go ahead and update everything to make sure it's up to date and it's the exact thing that we want to see. And I'll make sure all my columns are set up correctly as well, and they're in the right order. So we have to do, ready for dev, in progress, in review, and done. If they're not in the right order for whatever reason, you literally just click and then you drag these, or actually I think you have to go into settings now, and then you click and drag these in here. And you can change the order, change them however you'd like. If you don't have this new version of Jira where you're able to actually change these columns yet, you literally just click and drag on the card, but that should change for everybody very soon. Hey, real quick. Every company has goals, and every company has tools like Jira, but almost every company is missing the middle. This is a system that connects your goals to the work your team actually does every single day. And without it, you end up chasing updates, sitting through status meetings, and wondering where projects actually stand. We call this missing middle the execution layer, and I recorded a free 90-second breakdown that shows you how the Grid operating system fixes this missing middle. Links in the description below, and back to the video. So there's our new workflow, and I could literally see the whole thing, especially if I collapse this sidebar, by just looking at it on my laptop, which is always the goal. How little amount of statuses can you get away with? Because when we have a card in here, when we have a work item in here. The easiest thing for me to do is look at this board view and get a really quick understanding of where everything is actually at. And I can do that by seeing everything go from left to right, and wherever it is on the board, that's how far along it is with being completed. Okay, so there is our statuses and how we set those up. But let's say we want to spin up a new marketing space. Let's say we had a new marketing director join and we have a couple of marketing team members and we want a marketing space for our marketing team that's going to be the project management kind of high level thing of what they're working on at any given time. So if we want to replicate and use the same exact workflow we're using here, we're going to want to make sure we do a couple of things. So the first thing, and you only have to do this part once, which is really nice, is to rename our workflow to know that it's going to be the standard moving forward. So I'm going to go into my settings and workflows again, and I'll copy over this name. From here, I'll go to the settings on the top right, and I'll go to work items. And then in here, I'll scroll down to workflows, and I'll just paste in the one I just copied. And this is included in just the executive space, as you can see right here. I'll click the three dots and I'll edit it from here. And then we could rename this workflow at the top left. Actually, it won't let me rename it. So we actually will probably duplicate it instead. Sometimes it doesn't let you rename them. So what we'll do is duplicate this. So we'll click the three dots and copy. And I'm going to rename this to, let's say, so it's going to be our default workflow. And I'll call it my project management default workflow. Project management default workflow. So that's it. I'll copy it over. And what we'll do is use this moving forward with all our new spaces, including the current executive one. And I'll go back into my executive space and make sure that we flip these workflows to make sure it's the new one that we've just renamed. And the only reason we want to do this is just to have a very standardized name. Because for example, if you create a marketing space and you're using the EX blank project default workflow, you're going to think that may only apply to the executive team, but it's actually a workflow for all of the project management spaces inside of Jira. So I'll add a workflow, add existing. I'll find my one that I just created, the project management default. I'll select all of these, click finish. We have our workflows flipped, and we just have to publish right after that's done. And we don't have to do any mapping or anything because it's the same exact workflow. There are no work items that exist here yet, but even if there were, we're literally mapping from the same workflows statuses to the same workflow statuses in the new workflow. So now we have project management default workflow. Great. We could go through and do one more thing just to keep things very neat and tidy. And that is to go to workflows, go to inactive, and delete the one for executive because we're not using it anymore. And we've already duplicated it just to keep things nice and clean. Okay. So now we have our standard baseline default workflow that we're going to use for every project management team as the execution layer inside of Jira. So let's go back to our marketing example and say we have a marketing director join. We need to spin up a new space. Now that we've got everything taken care of, that's kind of standardizing it. When we go to create a new space, we're going to follow a very, very similar process that we followed with executive. So head over to Jira, go to blank space, go ahead and type in a name. In this case, it'll be marketing. Make sure to always set to company managed. And this is why. It's because we aren't available on the free plan. When you're not on the free plan, you'll be able to check this box. And what happens is that when you check this box, it's going to borrow settings from the workflow, the screens, literally everything else within that space. So I'm going to skip this and I'll show you how to standardize without doing this if you're on the free plan for whatever reason, but for the most part, you're probably not going to be. So let's go ahead and create a marketing space and we'll do it manually because it's just as easy to do manually as it is with that checkbox. I'll do this later. And what we'll do in here is you'll see that we have our kind of standard out-of-box workflow, to do in progress done. We'll just go to our space settings and we'll go to workflows. We'll do the same thing we actually just did with executive. Add new workflow, add existing, select the one that we just created, click next, select all, click finish, and it should flip to the new workflow right after we hit publish. So I'll click associate, and this should just take a second to actually get everything migrated over. Okay, so now you can see the project management workflow is shared by two projects. And I could click on, typically I could click on this if I go to the settings, work items, and then I see it under the workflows tab. You can see that this workflow is associated with these two specific spaces, and I could go to either one of these to see what's going on in there. So this one here, let's go ahead and move over to our board again. And now we have the same exact workflow, right? The same exact thing that we created for our executive team inside of the marketing team. And again, this is why we want to use company managed projects and why we want to standardize. because eventually we'll have a sales team, eventually we'll have a finance team, an HR team, an IT team. And if we want to track projects across the entire company, creating kind of the grid operating system, right, as we like to call it, and we want to have tracking and consistency inside of Jira, we want to create dashboards and filters to report on where everything's at. If everything has the exact same workflow, if everything has the exact same name, all I have to do is say, hey, I want to see everything in the status of in progress. And that'll pull up every single piece of work in progress across every single project management space that you currently have. Now you can imagine if there's one that says in development, there's one that says currently working on it, and then some people have a board with 20 statuses instead of just a few, and then you're dealing with a whole bunch of different reporting logic that you consistently have to update and keep track of, because not only is it inconsistent, it's consistently changing, and it's never the default standard thing that you should be using inside of Jira directly. So that's going to solve one of the biggest pain points and hurdles when you actually get into the area of reporting. And to be honest, a lot of the times when we engage with clients, this is probably what we fix the most, especially when they come in for reporting reasons. So when we worked with Arcadia and they actually hired us specifically to start fixing their reporting in Jira, they wanted dashboards, they wanted filters, they wanted reports that showed them which development teams were working on what, and at any given moment, they could jump in and see all of that context. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't as simple as just setting up those filters, because every single engineering team, and they had over 50 in their company, every single engineering team had their own unique workflow, their own way of work, their own statuses, zero standardization. Some were on team managed, some were on company managed, and there was nothing that was consistent between all of these spaces to even be able to report on it. Could have we hacked something together and put it together and got the reporting in there? Yeah, probably would have worked. But the problem is, even if we did that, probably 3 months down the road, that report would no longer be accurate and it would be off by a mile. Because once again, there's no standardization, and each one of these teams would probably do their own thing entirely when it came to their space, and it would break the reporting again. We have to go in, rebuild, and consistently redo. And this is one of the brick walls a lot of teams and our clients keep running into. They don't standardize, and they don't have one consistent way of work. They don't have consistent terminology. And then the thing that they want to use, Jira, right, the tool, is not usable because the goals that they have don't run through an execution layer like the grid operating system. That's what we want to fix here. We want to create this operating system that is consistent and standardized across all of our teams inside of our Jira environment. This is the best place to start. You have your hyper-specific processes, which are always unique and different, but even they can have consistent statuses and status names. But when it comes to your general project management, that almost always is the same across every team. And we could take that opportunity and make sure that it's always the same exact workflow for every team that's using Jira for project management, which hopefully is every team inside of your organization. So I hope that makes sense. And standardizing early is always going to be easier than later, right? Because if we do this now and then we start populating this with a bunch of work items, and there's hundreds, thousands, if not tens of thousands of work items, to standardize this later, we then have to not only retrain everyone who uses this, but we have to migrate all of this over to the new standardized process that we will be building. So the earlier you do this, the better you set this up front, the more likely it will be that you'll kind of use Jira successfully, you'll love it, you'll get great reports, and you'll be really happy with the product. The longer you wait to do this, the more unhappy you'll be with the product, the more difficult it's going to be to use, and the more likely it is that you'll hate Jira and you'll never want to come back to it again. So standardize early and make sure that you're using everything you can inside of Jira to make things simple, to make things frictionless, and to make things consistent. The biggest Jira mistake I see being made is when teams try to achieve a goal by implementing Jira, but they miss the execution layer. This is the thing that allows you to achieve your goals inside of your tool layer. And if you're curious how we implement the grid operating system with our clients, hit the first link in the description below.